Organizing your task and staying on top of everything is so important. Whether it's managing your to do list, keeping track of projects, or making sure you never miss a deadline. But what if there was a tool that could do all of that for you? That too effortlessly. Imagine having your task, notes, calendar, and assignments all perfectly organized without the hassle. Well, that's exactly what Notion can do for you. And this video is all about Notion, where I will walk you through everything you need to know in this masterclass. From setting up your pages and blogs to diving deep into Notion's AI feature, which honestly is mind-blowing. This AI will help you solve problems instantly, creating to-do lists, calendars, and assignment within just a few simple prompts. It's so fast and easy to use. Alright, so here's what we are covering in today's video. First up, we'll walk you through account creation and setup. You'll see exactly how to get started from scratch. Next, we will explore Notion pages, how to create them, organize them, and make them your own. And after that, we will break down Notion blocks, where you will learn how to add and customize text, list, images, and more to your pages. We'll also get into Notion databases, how to structure and manage all your data efficiently. And lastly, we will talk about AI in Notion. You will learn how to leverage the new AI features to automate tasks like creating to-do list, assignment, and even calendars with just a simple prompts. How marketers, creators, and developers can use Notion. We'll also look into that, how you can streamline tasks, organize content, and automate your workflow. And by the end of this tutorial, you'll have a complete understanding of how to set up and use Notion to make your life more organized and productive. So guys, let's get started. Before we move on, here's a quick quiz question for you. Which of these is the best way to stay organized using Notion? Your options are writing everything down in a notebook, using databases to track tasks and projects, or setting reminders on your phone only. Let me know your answers in the comment section below. Also, if you're interested in launching a high-growth career in artificial intelligence and machine learning, this program might be the best thing you will ever come across today. The professional certificate in AI and machine learning offered by Purdue University online and in collaboration with Simplilearn and IBM isn't just another course. It's a complete career-transforming experience. This is ranked as the one online AI/ML certification by Career Karma. This program is designed to help you master the most in-demand skills in AI automation, ChatGPT, GenAI, LLM, deep learning, agentic frameworks, and so much more. So whether you're just starting out or looking to upskill, you will get hands-on experience with 15 plus real-world projects, explore tools like Hugging Face, TensorFlow, Midjourney, and even build LLM-based applications. You will also attend live online classes delivered by industry experts and top faculty from Purdue and IBM, covering everything from prompt engineering to building intelligent agents. Plus, you will earn a recognized certificate from Purdue University and unlock access to their prestigious alumni network. So guys, what are you waiting for? Hurry up and enroll now. You can find the course link below. Now, if you want to watch more videos like this, do not forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more such tutorials by Simplilearn. Before we get started, first let's understand what is Notion. Notion is a game changer when it comes to productivity. It's a versatile tool that combines notes, documents, task management, and even databases all in one place. Notion lets you keep everything in one workspace, making it the ultimate productivity hub. So, what can you do with Notion? A lot of things. First of all, you can take notes. You can keep your ideas, meeting notes, and research organized in a way that's easy to search and access later. Second, you can manage tasks. You can create to-do lists, set up custom task managers, and track your projects in an intuitive way. So whether it's small tasks or a large project, Notion keeps everything organized. You can also create documents. Whether you are writing essays, articles, or reports, Notion allows you to work seamlessly within your documents while also keeping everything connected. Now, Notion is so flexible that it can even replace a whole bunch of tools you're probably using right now. No more jumping between multiple apps. So whether you're a student, a creator, a professional, Notion brings everything you need to know into one workspace. And here's the best part. Notion's AI, with the new AI-powered features, you can now automatically generate content like meeting notes, to-do lists, or even task assignments. all with just a few simple prompts. Now imagine telling Notion your needs and having it organize your day, your projects, and your task instantly. So now that we have understood what is Notion, let's move on and see how you can create your account and initial configuration. Now to get started with Notion, simply go to Google and search for Notion. Then click on the first link from here. And then from here, you can just click on Get Notion for free if you don't have an account. And if you already have an account on Notion, then you can directly log in. So right now, I'm assuming that I don't have an account, so I'll just click on Get Notion free. So it shows a bit of questions like how do you want to use Notion? This helps for customizing your experience. So whether you want it for your work, for your personal life, or for school, you can just select any of the things. So I just want it for work, so I'll just click on this. Next, it's saying that you can start with your team, like Notion works best for your teammates. So either you can just invite people through mail, or you can just take me to Notion and skip this particular line. Now, this is a plan thing, so we'll just continue with the free basic plan. And it says Notion is 50% faster with the desktop app. Now, we'll just skip on this and we'll use it on the Chrome website itself. If you want to install the app, you can also do that. All right, so we have been directed to our Notions interface from here. And here is the menu options, the navigation bar. So here, as you can see right now, we've been directed to the Notion AI, which is the new feature added here. I'll tell you later in this video how to actually use this. But first, I'll teach you how to create manually pages and what are blocks and everything. So you can just simply give a prompt like build a project management hub in a new page and give it to AI and it will do all the tasks for you. So first, let's get hands-on to what are the options available here. So we've got the meeting options here. So this is the home page from here and you can just click on this new page and actually get started with a new page. And then you have all this learning fundamentals as well, like what is a block, how you can create your first page. And then you have this upcoming events, which you can connect your AI meeting notes with your calendar events. So let's suppose if you have any particular events or your meetings coming on, you'll be just getting notified in Notion as well. And then you have featured templates as well. You have for project and task. You've got for meetings. You have got wiki by Notion, presentation, vision, strategy. So any particular task which you're working on, maybe you're creating a project if you're a student, or if you're creating a to-do list for yourself, or if you're creating a presentation for your company, you can just get the featured templates from here. Or else you can also create it from scratch. So in this video, I'll show you how to create it from scratch, but you can also use this templates as well. So this is a templates, the presentation one. I'll just show you the demo and these are the ratings and all. So let's suppose if I want to add this presentation template in my Notion. So I'll just click on add and you can also add it to private. It's better if you add it to private because it's a bit more secured. Then you can also preview this template from here. Let's click on preview. You can see the template. So this is the template here. The heading name is presentation. And you can also add any of your emojis or icons, whatever you want to add. Then we've got the table of content. This is the opening, people, company, working, reminders. Now you see how organized it looks when you have everything connected and written down in pointers. So you don't have to scroll through pages. You can have all your meeting schedules, any document which you want to be in a structured format. You can use Notion for this purpose. Then you've got opening, people, company, working here. So they're basically sub pages and multiple pages connected here. And you also have a recording link as well. So you get overall whatever documentation you want to present. You can have it all the thing ready in your using this Notion app. Okay, so to get started, we'll just move on to a bit more features now. So Notion AI we'll just explore later. Next, you have this meetings option, which I told you can view and create AI meeting notes in one place. So this is how your upcoming meetings would look like. But then for this, you need to actually connect it with your calendar app. So you can do it if you want to, or else you not. It's a very optional choice. Next, you have a marketplace. So let's explore what is this. So here you get the featured templates from here. company planning, cocktails, work smarter with Notion experts. You can get one-on-one help for your Notion setup from certified consulting partners who covers topics like integration, automations, and training. You also have featured consultants here, so you can book one-on-one sessions if you want to. Now let's go to the settings app and see a bit of settings, how you want your appearance to be, and the calendars, team space, general, people, notifications, and everything. So right now we have in light mode, but if you want to keep your Notion in dark mode, you can do that. So I like it better in dark mode, so I'll just switch it on to dark mode. Next, you have language and time. So language, you can keep it English, whatever language you want to use for your purpose. Next, you have start week on Monday. So this will change how all the calendars in your app look. So right now I have turned it off because it's not required for me. You can also set time zone automatically using your location. So if you turn it on, then all the reminders, notification, and emails will be delivered based on your time zone. Okay, then you have the desktop app settings. That you can open link index desktop app. So currently, I don't know, I'm not using the app version. I have the Chrome version in my system here. So if you want the Windows app, like if you want the links in desktop app to appear, you can just hit on this button. Next, you can open on start. You can choose what to show when Notion starts or when you can switch workspaces. So next we have open on start, whereas you can choose what to show when Notion starts or when you switch workspaces. So it's currently selected as last visited page, but you can also select it to top page in the sidebar because I want to be redirected to my last page. So I want to keep it to that setting only. You have got privacy setting as cookie settings, which you can customize it. Next, you have show my view history, where people will edit or have full access or will be able to see when you have viewed a page. So it's turned on for me. Next, you have who can discover your profile. So users with your email can see your name and profile picture when inviting you to a new workspace. Now, of course, you need to turn this on because otherwise your name won't be available there. Next, we also have many options. Notifications, let's see that. You can actually connect it to Slack app and you can receive notifications in your Slack workspace when you have mentioned a page, database property or a comment. So it's currently turned off because I have not connected to that app. And if you want to connect it using Slack, you can do that. You have Discord notifications as well. Then you have email notifications, activity in your workspace, where you can receive emails when you get comments, mentions, page invites, reminders, access requests, and property changes. So I've currently turned it on. You also have always send email notifications where you can receive emails about activity in your workspace even when you're active on the app. You have page updates where you can receive email digest for changes to pages when you're subscribed to workspace digest where you receive email digest of what's happening in your workspace. So it's all on for me so that I can actually see my workspace at what notifications am I getting. You have this announcement and update email. So these are some advanced settings which you can do it. It's optional. If you want to turn it on, you can. Otherwise, you can keep it like that. Next, we have connections where you can discover new connection, as in you can connect with other apps. So you have Notion AI connectors. Let's explore few of the connectors we have. So you have GitHub, Gmail, Google Calendar, SharePoint, Outlook, Microsoft Teams. So in this, workspace owners can connect all your team's knowledge across all the apps you use for work. So if you're using Google Calendar, you can connect to that. So let me connect it to Google Calendar. I think this is the paid version. So for this, you need to actually upgrade your plan to business one. Now, if you want to actually connect apps, you need the upgraded version for this. All right. We also have AI web search, where you can enable web search for your workspace, which will allow AI to search the web or up-to-date information when answering questions. Then you have require confirmation for web requests, where the agent might try to load external web pages to get information which is not available through web search, and you can just turn it on. You also have the personalization thing where you can pick a name, choose accessory, and set up how Notion AI talks. So if we want to edit it, you can just enter your name. Let's suppose I want to keep my name as Shivani. And then you can change your icon as well. So you have multiple options. You can select it, anything you want to do. or I just like this, the original ones, I'll keep it like that, and then hit on done. Next thing is the people, where you can actually invite link to add members in your workspace. Now only people with permission to invite members can see this. Like how you in the doc, when you use it, you can add link and connect it to other people in your similar domain. So in the same way, you can do it here as well. So you can copy the link and you can share it with other people, and they can actually view it and edit your Notion doc if you want to. Yeah, currently we don't have any guest yet, but you can import contact and add other people from here. You can add members by clicking here, and you can search their names or their emails, and then you can select a role if he or she is a workspace owner who can change workspace settings and invite new members to the workspace, or a member, and for this you need a plus version, of course, where you cannot change workspace settings or invite new members to the workspace. Then you've got restricted members, where that particular person can only see and edit content that they created or were explicitly shared with. For this, you need enterprise version. Now, with the current basic plan, we can only go through with the workspace owner, where we can change workspace settings. All right. And then you can send invite, you can add a message note, and you can just search for emails. So currently I have my member mentioned here, one TeamSpace group, and the role as workspace owner. You also have the group option from your contact. You can just check from here if you want to add more people and create a group member and contact with them. So if you click on this public pages, you can actually view your domain link from here. You have your home page and the status as live, where your pages published on the web will be live under the domain below. So when you create a page and when you publish it online, you can it will be registered in this particular domain name. So you can actually click on here and check the status of your domain. Next feature is you can actually limit custom emoji creation to workspace owners. You can add emojis from here, connections, which I've already showed you before as well. And for this, you actually need your upgraded version. So right now we're using Notion MCP, and these are the users and access here. Anyone in my workspace can actually view my page, and I can just give the access for that. You can also restrict members from adding connections, but then for this you need upgraded version. You can allow webhooks in automations as well. Again, for all of these settings, you would need an upgraded plan. Let's just click on this upgrade plan and check the pricing for this. So the free version which we're actually using right now, it comes with basic forms. You have basic sites. You can create basic automations, custom databases, Notion calendar, Notion mail. Next, you've got the plus version, where you would need to pay around $10 per member per month if billed annually. And here you'll get unlimited blocks, unlimited charts, custom forms, custom sites, basic integrations. And the business plan, which is the popular plan, it comes with $20 per month if billed. And it has got features like Notion AI included, SAML SSO, verify any page, enterprise search, premium integrations. And then the last one, which you have got the enterprise plan, which is $26 per member per month. And it has got Notion AI, user provisioning, audit log, advanced security and controls, enterprise search, and advanced integrations. The most popular plan is the plus one, where you get the unlimited blocks. You have got basic integrations as well. But if you have a business, any business, a small or big one, then you can go with the business plan, where you'll also get the SAML, SSO, Notion AI, which will be really useful for your business thing. So these were the settings plan which we checked now. So let's get started with creating pages now. So you can see from here, the security is marked as private. You can change it to public as well. And from here, you can actually add a page. So the pages already we have seen was a presentation one, getting started, and a basic to-do list earlier. But then we will be creating our own page. So just hit on this, add a page from here. And from here, you can add an icon, add cover, add a comment. So before we get started with creating pages, pages are the core building blocks of Notion, where you can add text, images, and even a database. And now let's get started with creating pages. So you can just enter any headline from here, the heading for your page. Let's suppose it's a content creation ideas. So this is the heading for my page. And if you just hover, click on this, you can add an icon as well. So let me just add an icon. You also have got this emojis, the icons, and you can also upload any image which you have. You can also just select any color from here. So let's suppose I like this color, I'll be selecting that. And now you can add a cover page. So let's suppose I want to make it more engaging for my other people to view my page. So this cover is not looking that good. So we'll just change this cover. You've got the colors and gradient here. You've got a web telescopes as well, NASA archive. You can also upload any image which you have. We also have this option of Unsplash where you can search for any image. So let's suppose I search for content. And then you get related images based on your ideas. So I've searched content and these are the images which it shows. So I really like this one. So I'll be using this as my cover page. Yeah, this looks good. And then we have our cover page ready. We have our heading line. Now, you can also add a comment. So what this comment will do is any person who is viewing your page, they'll have an idea about what this page is all about. So you can just add a comment. This page will give you basic ideas about content creation for YouTube, Instagram. Now, you can also mention a person, a page, or a date from here. You can also attach a file. So right now I'm having only me, myself added in this workspace. You can also link to this page by adding any existing other pages, like we already have in a pages section, right? To-do list, getting started, the presentation one. So you can actually attach the link here if you want people to just click on that link and go back to that particular page. But we won't be doing that in this case because we are creating it from scratch. All right, you can add a date as well, which will start from today, let's suppose. And I've mentioned it as today. And then I'll just hit on this enter. So yeah, this is the comment here. Now, if you click on this add a reaction, or if you want people to react to your comment, they can actually react by any particular emoji. Like, let's suppose this is a hand sign and it shows that people are actually engaging with your comment. Yes, you also got this option of resolving your comment where people can actually resolve this comment if this comment is already sorted. You can have more actions like mark as and read, edit, copy link, or delete this comment. So we'll just keep my comment as it is. Next, you can get started with asking an AI or a database, form, or templates. So let's get started with this Ask AI feature. Now what you can do is, I just click on write anything. So you can just actually describe to AI how you want your content to be, what are the content you want to be added. So I want my content ideas for YouTube, trending AI technologies, how AI is shaping the world of marketing. Talk about that. And just hit on enter. So now the AI is actually thinking and creating ideas for you. Yeah, now it has come up with amazing ideas, which is the YouTube content ideas in marketing. It has given me trending AI technologies, transforming marketing, like AI-powered personalization, chatbots, and everything. So you see how it has created using such bullet pointers and everything, right? It has also used emojis from here and also changed the color of your text. It looks really good. Now, you could have also done this manually, but since AI is evolving now, you can actually utilize AI and create content and create your pages as well. So you can just accept this now. So this is our content already generated, which we have used using AI for marketing purposes, for creating content. And this was the heading lines, and this is the subtopics. All right. Now, I'll show you one more thing. How could we do it manually? So let's suppose if you give a slash option from here, you get this option of divider, page, quote, call out, and everything. Now let's see what this call out is about. So let's suppose if I want to add it as content engaging. Now, so you could actually add this emoji from here. Now, this call out option is actually for if you're attaching any link or if you're creating any ideas, you can just have a call out button from here and give the topic name. Next, you can also add few more things. That is, you can add bulleted list. Now, if you just select on this, you can add your topics like creating scripts. Then you can have topics like generating videos. So it will automatically work as in how you use your PowerPoint and how you use Doc. In similar way, you can create this content. And just by giving this slash option, you can also mention page, and these are the toggle headings as well. You have also other pages. Now, I'll show you how this link to page things work. So let's suppose I want to link a page. So just click on any site from here and just slash page, and it will be directed to these options. So from there, you can just select on to-do list. And this is the link to that particular page. So let's suppose the user is going through your this page, the content ideas one, and they want to get back to the earlier of this previous page. So they can just select on this and they'll be redirected back to the old page. So this is how the link things work. Yeah, you can also use this quote option from here just by clicking on this quote, and you can actually write any code. Let's suppose my code says, if you build it, they will come. And then you can have a name by Joe Jackson. And you see how it is listed, and you have got this option. So it looks really good. Now you can also drag this particular option from here wherever you want to place it. So let's suppose I want to place it before the starting content after the heading line. So I'll put it here, and then I can put it like this. Now you can also edit the text from here. You can ask AI to edit, or we have already selected as code from here. Now if you want to mark it as bold, or if you want to keep it as italic. Now I think italic looks better, so I'll do that. You can also change the color of the text. So let's suppose I want to keep it in yellow text. So yeah, now this looks better. So this is how you can add codes in your pages. Next, I'll show you how to add divider in your page. So divider actually works in this way, as in if you're creating multiple content from here, you can divide your pages into different segments. And for this, you can use the divider page, or you can just simply 3 times use this particular hyphen from here, and it will divide your pages. So this is my content idea 1, and I want to give it a divider. And this would be content idea 2. And then again, 3 times hyphen. So this is how you can use divider in your pages as well. So now let's see how you can use table in your pages. The table is one more important step for you to perform, because you would need to obviously create tables in your pages. And this is how you do it. So you can just keep any name here. You can just drag and move this table as well. And if you want to add more columns or rows, you can also click on the plus icon, and then you can add more tables from here. I want to keep it as people, status, topic, and the last one would be deadline. Also, you can move in with using this line if you want to keep it short according to your topic. If you want to keep the status as short, you can do it just adjusting from here. Next, you can just click on this particular line, and then you get the option of header column, where you want to mark this particular header as in bold. Then you can just do that by clicking on this button. You can change the color if you want to keep it as green, yellow, orange. So I'll just mark it as yellow text. Then you can also create duplicates for this. You can insert it to left, insert it to right, and you can also clear contents. Similarly, we can do it for this as well. We can just mark it as yellow. And then from here, you can just enter the name of people. Let's suppose it's ABC. Next, it's X, Y, Z, anything. You can just enter the name of the person from here. And just by clicking on this plus from here, you can add a new row, or you can drag or remove rows from here. And then you can add status. Now for adding status, I want to keep it in a different option. Now for adding status, I have got one more feature. Let's suppose you just click on slash. Yeah. And then you can have this button option from here just by clicking on slash and button. So what you can do is you can actually create buttons from here. And I want to keep it, maybe you can use any particular emoji like a circle, this plus icon from here. And the button name would be, let's suppose it's status. And this you can just add it as status, the button. And these are the tools. You can add new action item from here, where you can edit pages, send notification, define variables. You can insert blocks as well. So if I want to insert blocks, you can just right press anything for commands, and then you can add a code, bulleted list, heading, code, divider, page, anything whichever you want to add. So let's suppose I add a call out here for the link, and I just add it in my button option and it's mark it as done. So this is a button option. So when you click on this, you'll be added to this particular button where the users or the audiences can just click on that. So now I'll show you how you can use AI to create, since we had created our table, now I'll show you how you can use AI to actually customize your table from here. So let's suppose I write slash AI, and now I'll say AI, can you please fill the data of the table, content idea 2, where I want you to keep the people name as Shravan, Palak, Rahul, and status, mark it as done for Shravan, pending for Palak, comma, mark done for Rahul, and not done for Sneha. And just you can ask AI to fill your data, the table with all of these data. I'll just hit on enter now. So I'll just say to update these value. Table. So I told AI to actually update the values. What it did was it actually created one more table with all of these data from here. And you can see the data has already been marked as done, not done, names, the topic, and the deadlines. So I'll also ask AI to add topics name as well. Like topics name as well in the following order. And I can keep it as English, comma, maths, comma, history, comma, science. And for deadline, you can add calendar dates, which is 1st December 2025, and just ask this AI to fill all the data. Let's see what it actually performs. So it says you can actually click on each cell and you can add the data from here, or you can actually say AI to insert the table, but then what it does is it will create one more new table for me. So I can just add it manually from here, and for deadline I can keep it as maybe I'll keep it as 1st December. You can keep it for today. Then again you can mark a date and you can just select it maybe for first for this person. 1st of December, right? Yeah. So in this way, you can actually mark, you can just insert days in this particular format just by giving the @ and you can just mention the timings for each person to be. You can also add topics from here. Let it be maths, science, English, history. Okay. So I'll show you how to create an actual database. So I'll actually create one more page inside this particular page, and I'll name it as databases. I'll name it as database. And then I'll click on /database in line. And from here, you can actually build it with AI. You can import CSV. You have all of the suggested apps as well, Document Hub, Task Tracker. So let's utilize AI and see whether we can create a database using AI or not. So I'll just hit on build with AI and I'll say to create database table inside the database page. I want to create database for all my students with their respective projects name, comma, deadlines, mark status as the heading row, and fill all the data in the respective column. Now, even if you have any spelling mistake from here, the AI will definitely understand what you're trying to say. Next. So I'll just give the AI to create database. Now it says it's designing database for me and has also given the name as student projects tracker. Now it's adding properties, it's adding views, and then it will finally create and add pages. Yeah. So now as you can see that it has created page for me, and you can see you can customize student projects tracker, and then you can select how you prefer to see your students project tracker. You want it as all projects, status board, or upcoming deadlines by subject. So I want it as all projects. If you can also click on status board where you'll be marked in calendar, upcoming deadlines, or by subject. So let's keep it as all project and I'll just mark it as done. Yeah. So this is my database created for students project tracker. You can actually edit the icon from here. Let's put this one. And then let me add a cover page to make it look more engaging. Change the cover page. Unsplash. And then from here you can just search for any page. Just search for student. I think this one's look good. I'll just add this. Or maybe this one. And now we have all the databases ready. We have this deadline option where you can edit your deadline. You can edit the property, which is the date format, time format, or the notifications. You can also change the type if you want to keep it as date, person, files or media. You want to make it as checkered boxes. Then let's suppose I want to keep it as checkered boxes, right? So you can actually check the project name from here. and this it shows like, yeah, all of these projects have been done. But if you keep it unchecked, it means that the deadline has not been completed by that particular person. So we'll keep it in that way, and the status is in this particular type. You can also change the status. This is in progress, not started, late, under review. So let's suppose I want to keep it under review, and this one I want to change it as completed. Again, from here you can edit properties as well. You can also change the type. If right now it is in status format, you can keep it in select, text, number, date, person, or if you want to insert any URL or email, you can do that as well. And this is the progress part. This is the subjects from here. You can select on this new part from here, and they can create one more new database table from here. Now it's not required for me. So let's go back to our database. So let's suppose if I want to add one more property from here, I want to keep it as student email. And then this is the emoji which I'm using. Type email. If you want to wrap the content, you can also do that. Let's put it. And from here, you can just enter emails. Okay. Now again, if I want to change the type, which is in the email format, you can also add phone numbers from here. You can create relations and roll up as well. Now, let me show you one more advanced features. That is how to actually add relations in this particular table. So I'll just click on this relation from here. And from what you can do is you can link to a particular data source. So these are the existing data sources, the to-do list, my meetings, and the students project tracker. Now this is the one which we are already using. Let's suppose I want to link it in my meetings. So this is the relation, like I'm actually adding it to my other pages created. And this will be related to as my meetings from here. You can change the page again from here if you don't want this particular page to be related. You can add limit as well as one page or no limit. Let me keep it as no limit. Then you have two-way relation. I want to keep it in a one-way relation, so I'll just add it in that way. And then you can add relations from here. So this is the My Meetings option. It will be showing the linked table of that particular pages, and then you can add any particular data from there. Right now we're not having any results, so we'll just keep it like that. So in this column, what you can do is you can add data which will be linked to your My Meetings table. Next, you can add more properties from here. You can add notes, you can add create, and you have this roll up option. Let's see what this roll up is. So in this roll up thing, just need to click on this particular row from there and then select relation, My Meetings. You can add a property title, which is created by, and then you can calculate from here. You can show the unique values, you can show the percentage, you can show the count, counting all the values, and I'll be showing percent empty. So this is how your roll up would appear to be. Like it was created by this particular person. And you can also add it as attendees from here. You can make it as original as well. So I've already shown you how to add this button feature, right? Now I'll show you one more thing, which is how to add formula from here. So these are the formula feature where you can just edit formula. You can actually just type in as calculate average marks of all the students. Total marks is 100. So it's actually taking a lot of time to edit the formula. So what we'll do is I'll show you how to actually add formulas. So just click on slash and write formula from here. So you can use this option of block equation from here, and then you can add a particular equation, whatever the equation is to be. Let's suppose it is x is equals to Then you can mark it as done. So this is how your formula would be appearing as. I'm just adding any random formula from here just to show you guys. In case if you want to add formulas, you can also do that. And this is how your formulas would appear to be. You can drag and drop this formula and you can add it here. Then you can create a subheading for this. You want to calculate the average time or average whatever the thing is. You can just mention it from there. You can also add inline equation. Suppose it's E is equals to MC. So this is how your equation would look like to be. It's almost the similar. You can also add forms from here, the feedback forms. You can create on this form title, name, data, and you can add questions from here. Responders can select up to any one question. You can add option as well. So this is how you can actually attach a form in your page as well. I'm just showing you how you can do it. One more important thing which you can add in your page is the donut charts. You have line charts as well. Let's suppose if you want to show any bar chart of your data, you can also do that. You have the map view as well. Now, let's suppose I want to add a location of my place from here. You can do that. And you can also add databases from here. You can just name it as databases and you can add any particular location from here. Just select on my place and then you need to create a new page for this to add this particular data. And these are the list of views which I had already showed you guys before. Table view, and this is the board view. This is the gallery view. You have also list views from here, the feed views as well. And let me show you one more new important feature, which is the calendar view. So let's suppose I click on this calendar and you can see from here, these dates, these are marked as red, right? So it will actually take data from your existing page, which you have already created before. And if you would have added any deadlines for any project, you can just go through this calendar and this will be connected to your calendar. You need to actually connect it to your calendar app for this. So you see this option here, it says Meet Notion Calendar, and you can just continue with Google and add it to your Notion. And you'll also receive notifications if you connect it with your calendar app. Next thing which I'll be showing you guys is the code view. Now let's suppose for any developer, if you guys are using any code, if it's in JavaScript or any particular language, you can just search from here, Java as well. And then it says system.out.print hello page. So in this way, you can actually add your code as well from here. And this is really useful for people, those who are coding, and if they would need to add code lines from here, that feature is also available. Then you'll see how Notion app has a tons of features, tons of options for you to add. You can actually it's like a website creation. You would not need to import and add from any particular app. You have the inbuilt features in Notion itself. So you also can add media as well. You can add a video, audio as well, code which I already showed you now. Let's suppose I want to add an image. So you can use this Unsplash mode, or you can use the Jiffy file as well. So if it's related to code, I'll search for code here. And if I want to make it look more engaging, I can add code. Let's suppose I like this one. So you can add these GIF images from here. So in this way, my page would really look better, right? And you have tons of options. It's not just one adding images. You have many options. Now, one more important feature I wanted to show, which is the gallery view. gallery view, you need to attach images and then your page will look in form of gallery. So let's suppose I have clicked on this gallery view from here, and then it says you need to add a new database from here. You can build it with AI. Make gallery view for my gallery view for content ideas. And it's now designing databases, adding title, description, status, and adding views as well. So this is how your gallery view would appear to be. And this is 5-minute morning meditation series. Right now it's not showing the image from here. It's taking a bit of time to add the images. So if you want to add images from here, you can just click on this edit and then you can add images from here. You can edit icon. Let's suppose if you want to add this particular thing, you can add it here. And it's not showing me the image, right? So what I'll do is, so it's taking a bit of time to actually load the media from here. Till then, we'll just look at some other important features. You can actually also bookmark your web if you have any particular content which you would want to bookmark, and you can save a link as a visual bookmark. You can also do that. One more thing I want to show you, which is the synced block. So what happens in synced block is, let's suppose I want to add it as content link pages. And then you can actually connect this with your other pages from here. Let's suppose it is content creation ideas. So in this way, you can create synced pages where you can add multiple links to the other pages from here. Next thing which I'll show you is the breadcrumbs feature. So just click on this slash and search for breadcrumbs. Now it will show the current page location. Now if I click on this breadcrumb from here, so this is the current location of this particular page, right? So it will show right before your content. So this is also an important feature. Next one more thing is how you can add your AI block feature in your content. So this AI block feature, what you can do is you can generate custom output for your prompts, and then you can describe the content that should be generated, and you can also mention people with @, and you can add pages, dates as well. So let's suppose I want to select it as a page summary or the custom output. So it's page summary, okay? And then you can create summary about this particular page. Create content summary for this page and list the important features. You can add a person by notifying them that what am I reminding to, or you can add a date from here. So I'm just tagging myself from here so that that particular person would, in this case I'm tagging myself, but if you want to tag any particular person, you can do that. That person will be notified that you have to create content summary for this page, and this is using this current page only. And then I hit on enter and click it as done. So if you click on this generate thing from here, it's actually generating your AI content. So when you click on this, it will show you the content summary of the database page from here. So in this way, you can add multiple AI blocks to your pages, may it be for this particular page or any page. Now you can also add custom generated outputs, like what you want your users to look like. So what happens is you don't have to type everything from scratch. You can just generate the content using this AI block. And you also have this feature to react from here. People can just like, and they can add comments from here. And this is how you create AI blocks from here. So this was one of the biggest important features in this Notion app. Now, I have showed you guys how to actually manually add so many features, adding AI blocks to adding buttons, tables, creating databases, adding equation, and a lot of stuff, right? Now, let's see how to do all of these things using AI from scratch. So let's go to Notion AI from here. Now, this prompt I'm giving, especially if you're in a marketing or content creation thing, then you can utilize this particular feature of AI by, let's suppose I give a prompt, which is create a task tracker for a photography project with task of location scouting, equipment setup, and post processing. And then I'll just hit on this enter from here, and it will do all the tasks for you now. Let's see what project tracker will it create for me. So we'll just wait for a few seconds. Okay. So as you can see that this particular page was not added before, but right now you can see it as photography project task. So just by giving a prompt, you just don't have to mention the location. It will automatically go to your path, create workspace for you, add all the features. Now let's see what has it created for me. Okay, now this looks really good. I mean, things we took a lot of time to create, it just did it in seconds, right? And this is the photography project task. Now to make it more better, I can add a cover from here. Okay, something related to photography. And I have added my cover page also. You can also add a description. You can add a description, and this task shows all the photography project ideas you need to know. So this page will contain all the ideas. So what happens is by adding description, if any particular viewer is going through this page, they'll have a brief about what this page is about. So it will actually show the photography. You can add more details of the ideas like preparing equipment checklist and lighting the golden hour. What tools and apps can you use for this task? You can add more description according to yourself. So it has added task as prepare equipment checklist. You can open from here the side peek, and you see how it looks like. So this is it takes a lot of time to do it manually, but then the AI did it within seconds, which is really amazing. Then you have the category as post processing, status not started yet. Now this is the data which AI used it by itself. If you want to add any features, any particular data by yourself, you can just go back to AI, and then you can say AI to add this category for this particular task, mark the status as done. We can also do that manually. Maybe if it's in progress, you can add due dates from here, which is 10th of, let's suppose, 23rd of November. You can add it here as well, 30th. Now, this is how your task management would look like. So any for marketing expert, for content creation ideas, this feature, this AI tool is amazing for you. Next, now let's suppose if you are a student, how would you use AI in Notion? So again, we'll just go back to our AI from here, Notion AI. And now in this case, we are assuming that you're a student. Now you can create a study schedule for the next month with subjects, topics to study, and deadlines for assignment or exams. Okay, you can, I've just added this particular prompt, but you can also add more subjects. You can add the topics to study. You can add the dates here as well. And the AI will create all the structure for you. Let's see how it creates. So we'll just give this prompt to AI, and now it's generating our plan. I guess it's really fast. So we'll just wait for a few seconds. So now the AI is asking me if you can tell me which subjects you have, any known exam dates and assignment. So let me give the subjects as, I want to give it as history, maths, science, English, geography. Okay. And you can add dates as 1st November. So our due date as 1st of December for history. Okay, so I've given the dates as well and I've given the subjects also. Let's see now what it does. So it's asking me the units as well. So I'm just saying AI to mention the subjects. Now, if you're a student, you can add more units here so that your table would look really good. I mean, your page would look really good. So I'm just saying AI to do it. Yes. So I'm asking AI to turn it into a table, each row data, and add all the databases from here. Okay, so it says I've created a study schedule November, December with your full table and dates. You can open it in your from your workspace, and if you want to turn it into a database later, then you can select the table and choose turn into databases. So I'll just click on this particular page from here, and this is my study schedule. It has added your study schedule date and plans starting from 20th of November, and these are the subjects from here. Now let's suppose if I want to turn it in a database, I can do that easily. So right now the AI has just created this particular table, but if I would want a database, I'll just ask create database for my study schedule. So right now it has created database as study schedule. It has added session, subject, topic, due dates, time of the day, plan duration, and your status. So what you can do is you can add manually your sessions. You can add your subjects from here, and then by clicking on the plus, you can create new more pages. Now, if you want to give it to AI the list of all your subjects, you can do that. So I have just shown you the glimpse of how you could actually create your study plan using this AI, Notion AI. Now I'll be showing you how this Notion AI is helpful for software developers. Now, if you're from software developers role, if you code all day long, then how is Notion AI useful for you? Let me show it to you. So I've given a prompt to create a task management board for a team of software developers with tasks for code reviews, feature implementation, and testing. Now, if you want it for any of your project, if you want it for your sprint plans, you can also do that. But I'm just showing you a basic sample of how you can create a task management board for your development thing. So it has already created a table for me, and it says if you tell me your team size, roles, workflow, I can suggest a concrete set of tasks. So I've given the ideas, the Scrum and the Kanban team size and everything. So it says that you're running out of Notion free AI credits now. So this was the at most credits which I could use in my basic plan, guys. So this is the amount of credits which you get for basic plan. Now, if you see the amount of prompts which I had given to AI. Now, if you want more prompts, you would obviously need to switch to business model plan. Now, let's check that what board has it created for me. Well, it has created a development team task board by task, by status. You have the status complete, in progress, then by category and by calendar as well. So the calendar thing is really cool, but yeah, you could add the name, the data manually now, because since we have gone out of credits. So you could add a topic name like this. So this is how you can utilize AI in whatever sector you are. And Notion is great for managing your task, for creating documentation, for creating reports, anything. It has tons and lots of features for you to use it. So guys, in this video, I've almost showed you each and every feature, how to use it, doing it manually, using the AI features, the pricing plan. Now, the last step which I forgot to show you guys is how you can share it with other people, right? So this is the share option. And from here, you can just invite people. You can add their emails. You can have this full access. Like I am the creator, of course, I have the full access from here. And you can add only the people invited or everybody in my particular space or anyone with the web link. The last one thing is not that secure, because since most of the people will be having the link to your plan, your Notion, it's not safe. Your data might not be safe. So it's better if you only use it for people invited. And then you can copy link from here. You can also send it to any other apps, or you can send it from here by just entering their email. And this is how you can invite and share with other people. Next is the publish thing. Now, if you want to publish this particular task, this particular page, you can also publish it in the web, and you can do it like this. Now, this is your link which would be generated from here. And then for this, you would be needing your plus plan, of course. And you can customize site styling from here. You can search engine indexing. You can duplicate this as template as well, and also share it via social. So this is how you can share it to other people. You can view your site from here. But then for this, of course, if you need more features and if you want to utilize each and every features of Notion, then you can obviously upgrade it to the plus plan. Now this was for the basic and the free version which I showed you. And in this way, you can publish your pages from here. And with that, we have come to the end of our Notion full course. Now, if you have any doubts or questions, you can ask them in the comment section below. Our team of experts will reply to you as soon as possible. Thank you and keep learning with Simply Learn.